Huggg is a system that allows you and your team to send, track and manage digital vouchers to your community. So there are different types of vouchers in the system and lots of retailers, which I'm going to show you today. The way that it works is that you load money into the system, so you could do that by card or by bank transfer, and that's your fund to manage. Then you can top it up whenever you like. And you can invite in team members from your organisation to access that fund and order vouchers with you. You could also set up sub-teams. So if you have partner organisations that are helping to disperse your funds, they might fit in this category, or you might have other teams in the organisation and want to just apportion out some of the funds that are separate to the main pot that you're using. So then you would access the vouchers and be able to send those out. Let's do an example of one of those. So let's say I want to send a supermarket voucher. And if I'm sending a £20 voucher, in the middle here, you can see these are all the recipient choices. So these are the supermarkets your recipient will be able to swipe through and pick and choose from. There are some other food options on the side here, including takeaways, coffee shops, Greggs, Aldi. But we're going for a choice of supermarkets and we're going to click next. Now I can pick a drop-down message here. Might want to say, put a guidance here, not to be used on alcohol, tobacco or lottery tickets. And by default, it's going to say my company name there, but it would be your company name. If you want to, you can pick some branding. So I want my company logo there. We can send these by email or text, or you can share the links yourself. So you could just create voucher links in bulk or one at a time to share in another way. Or you can create printable letters that have a QR code on in order to make the selection. But we're going to send this one by email. And here's where you put in the email of the recipient. There we go. And your notes might include the information about the person. This isn't going to the recipient, it's just going to be something you can search for later if you need to, and you can add as many recipients there as you wish, or we can bulk upload. So I could paste a list of email addresses in here, or I could upload a CSV if it's going to be a large amount, but this is just one, and I can send now. And we'll pick an expiry date now, 14 days from now. When this date comes around and the recipient hasn't spent it yet, then the money goes back into this system, so you can reuse it. Okay, and then I'm going to pick a reason code. This is HSF money for me, and we'll send. Now, from a perspective of somebody who receives that, if I click on this link, here's the one we've just made, £20 supermarket, and paste it into a new browser window, we'll see how that looks for the recipient. So here's our message, and it tells me that's £20 and when the link will expire. And now the recipient picks, they can swipe through and pick the supermarket. So let's say we'll pick a Tesco one and claim. If we now go to click the voucher, we can see it takes us straight to the Tesco website and you can get your gift card. So our recipient is now able to take that into Tesco and they'll scan that at the till and they'll be able to use it either in part payment to something or they can use the whole thing. So that's with food. We also have lots of other options. So energy is something you can help people with in terms of topping up their meters either via PayPoint or post office. We also have a digital prepaid MasterCard for water payments, water bills, and for energy bills. And this is something you can send them either via text or email, and they will be able to use the resulting MasterCard details to pay off energy bills, but not anything else. And we have our One Link Energy voucher, which is something you can send, and the recipient chooses whether they're going to use post office or pay a bill or go and top up at PayPoint. So lots of options there, depending on what you need. There's also cash choices, where people can go to an ATM, or you can send them a PayPoint cash voucher or a post office cash voucher. You don't need a bank account for any of those options. We also have the housing and tenant support area, where you could send a voucher where they can select which of these retailers to use it at. Or you could send them simply an Argos voucher or B&M or any of these brands down here. There's also a hotel gift card where you can either use it yourself to book someone into temporary accommodation or send it to someone so that they can do that themselves. And there's some other brands that stand alone as vouchers here too. And we have the children activities and support area, where you can help families to buy anything for schools at all, whether it's uniform, bags, shoes, sportswear, whatever they need. There's also an infant welfare section where you could go to Boots online and buy prams or anything to do with babies or infants. Lots of brands here that might be able to support families, including charity shop gift card. And we've also got activities as well, which will help with the holiday activity and food fund in the summer and in the winter holidays, that include Go Ape, National Trust, Ticketmaster. There's leisure vouchers as well, which if you go to this link, there are options like Alton Towers, Sea Life, Legoland, things like that. Ticketmaster for theatres and concerts and Cineworld and Odeon there as well. And within our other voucher collections, we have clothing. So you can support people with a selection of clothing vouchers. We also have an Uber Rides voucher here if you want to help people get from A to B. Social workers and youth workers and people in the field. And a charity shop gift card. Go onto their website and put your postcode in and see what's nearby for you to use at the charity shops. So that's everything. Do get in touch with us at hello@huggg.me if you want to ask any questions. And this is a real whistle-stop tour, so we can always book a full demo or a call to answer any questions as well.